Hi guys, good morning again. 5:30. Oh man. I just cannot seem to sleep well. And I'm so exhausted. So you'd think you'd be able to sleep when you're really exhausted, but apparently not. So there I was lying in bed, counting little sheeps, you know. 1 sheeple, 2 sheeple, 3 sheeple, 4 sheeple, that sort of thing. And it came to me that I ought to do a little video about the importance of authenticity. Yeah. As you know, I'm Dutch, so I have trouble with certain words in the English language. Anything that involves a the sound, so authenticity, whatever, fuck knows, authenticity. It's another gift that we have, that we can share, as it were. You know, that we can permeate this false reality with. Like, like seeds of light, because we all know that we live in a world where everybody has an identity, and that identity is a fake persona. It's a fucking box, it's a label, it's a conforming mechanism. There's so many nuances to that. There's beliefs. People think that I've said this before anyway, right? So it's like religion or science or anything at all, and it's like, oh yeah, because this is what happened and that's how it is, and it's like, oh, did you find that out for yourself? Well, no, but it's the truth. Well, how do you know that it's true? Because they told me so. It's people are repeaters. They just mindlessly repeat all the fucking lies and fakery that they've had drummed into them. Now for NPCs, that's all there is, so I don't worry about that. But souled people who are awakening, still do that as well. That's one nuance of it. But another nuance of it is the fake persona and how it's ferocious and need feeding. It's hungry. We all want to belong. We do, we like that. Human beings, and this is not to say that we're hive, that's not what it is, but we do seek communion and belonging. They've used that very cleverly against us, because when you have that impetus in a being, you can make that into hive consciousness very easily by manipulation. But we seek communion, we seek the others, don't we? To commune with, to share with, because we have something in common here. We are warriors of the light, and we're here to do a job, and we know this. But before we get there, or even whilst we're going through our dark night of the soul awakening type stuff, we come time and time again up against this fake self and this habitual need to put up these kind of defenses, to either get validation or to belong or to stay safe or to avoid getting hurt or rejected or that sort of shit, because it hurts when that happens. It is a compliment, but it can hurt. So we still retract into the fake persona and into unauthenticity. We do that a lot. I do it still as well. Although now when I do it, I immediately click on. I'm like, yeah, I've done it again. All right, never mind. Forgive myself. And carry on being as authentic as possible. Authenticity is incredibly important, very important. And it all starts again with awareness, introspection and self-awareness, you know. It really does. Oh, God, these always go out, you know. I'm forever doing this, man, oh man. I swear to God, one of these days my thumbs is going to fall off. Anyway, so what does it mean to be authentic? Well, I can only speak for myself and what it means for me. So, you know, these videos, for example, I don't mess about, I just give it to you. Here I am, you know, does what it says on the tin, sort of thing. That's my way of being authentic. Being authentic is perhaps being in a situation where people are talking absolute bollocks and setting the record straight, you know, risking all kinds of innuendos and rejection and outrage and whatnot, or thinking, you know what, I really don't like these people, fucking hate being here, I'm fucking leaving and I'm never ever going to see them again. You know, we have families, we have friends, we have workplaces, we have the world, which constantly tries to mold us into its image. We are in this world, but we are not of it, people. Remember that always. And be astutely self-aware. You know, be aware of the corners of your psyche where that fake persona lurks, you know, trying to influence you to say things, do things, be things that do not benefit you and do not benefit the great work, you know. Because not being real, not being true to yourself, not being authentic is very damaging to ourselves, you know. It's a bad way to be. And yet, again, we've spent many years in the fake persona, in a fake persona, in the fake world, living a fake life. So, speaking our truth, when we feel called to do so, is important. That is being authentic. You may not be right, you know, you may have a temporary truth and you're saying it and you're speaking it. But if you really believe that at the time and really feel passionate about that, and that is your truth and you're being authentic, it isn't about necessarily being right. That isn't necessarily it. We don't always have to be right. We get it wrong all the time. This is trial and error, people, you know. That's just the way it is. That's fine. Authenticity is as well, like I said, about recognizing bullshit and fakery and just walking the fuck away from that, man. To disentangle from that. You see, we are pure at our core. We always were. We are pure and we are powerful, and we are beginning to discover that little by little. And the more we discover that, the more we feel passion, you know, the passion to be real, to call it what it is, and to live out loud, you know, to say, no, I don't, that's bullshit and that's bullshit, and hey, what's going on here in my head is bullshit, and this reaction and what I said and what I did there, that was bullshit as well, but hey, I see that and I forgive myself, because hey, you know, it takes time to learn to really be in your authenticity. It takes time. And passion, you know, passion is an important part of that. We all have gifts, you know, like a lot of us are very artistic, we're very creative, we are poetic, you know, we have a thirst for truth, beauty, goodness, you know, for transformation, and all of that needs to be honored. Now, you see, so there's two choices. You can either feed the fake persona because, oh, it bolsters your, your fake persona. Some people call it the ego, but I wouldn't call it that, because, an ego is just, as to me anyway, is a sense of, hey, I am here, whatever. But the fake persona, it's fear, you know what I mean? It's fear. Oh, we need to be with the fake persona and protect ourselves and put up all these walls and live in this box because I've got to keep myself safe and this way I belong and which is all bullshit. Or we can go with honouring ourselves and doing what we do, being real, and sometimes that means, taking it on the chin, and that hurts, but you know what? In my experience, it doesn't hurt anywhere near as much as continuing to be fake. That truly is misery. It really is. It's all programming. When you become aware more and more and more and more of how fucking programmed we are, it really becomes like a complex mining operation, It really does. It's like, wow. So what am I really? And that is very much part of the quest, and that's what we're doing. We are finding out who and what we are, There is so much to be discovered. So much, oh boy, so much, man, oh man, oh man. So much. Passion. I mean, for me, the last year has been incredibly difficult. It's been really hard going, and I haven't actually done any art, which has really cut me off. And then I came across this artist online, and her work is just astonishing. It's amazing. And I actually felt envious and I felt jealous, I was like, fuck. Because I can do some really good stuff myself, but I haven't done it. Not because I didn't want to, but because I seriously just couldn't, because I was doing a lot of inner work. And there was a lot of depression and there was a lot of anxiety. As I became more and more awake, more and more aware, you purge, because it's like levels, isn't it? It's almost like a Super Mario Brother game or something like that, level 1, level 2, level 3, and as you ascend through the layers, inevitably you have to pass through those barriers of resistance programming, right? And that hurts, and that's purging, so that's part of that. And sometimes the going can get really tough with regards to that, but again, that's authenticity. To be willing to do that work, to face the demons within yourself, to see that programming, to see, wow, man, to see the ways you've behaved, the way you've thought, everything about yourself that's been a result of the programming, the fake persona, the fear, the need for validation, the need to be loved, the need to be included, the need to be accepted, the need to belong, the need to have communion. The need to have other people say and do things that bolster your fake self so you can feel good about yourself, which is a bit like, buying something. That's another thing, about non-authenticity. When you feel so cranky and cranked up and you have that sense of hollowness and emptiness and you think, fuck, you end up thinking, I'll just, because everybody does that, I'll just buy something, I'll buy those shoes, or I'll buy that bag, or I'll buy this dress, or I'll buy that car, or I'll buy this cockadoodle dog, or whatever, everybody's got one of those days. It's fucking ridiculous, because it temporarily makes you feel like a little better, like 5 minutes or something, and then you realise what a fucking waste of time that was. See, authenticity is raw, it's real, and it can hurt, but it's a kind of pain that cleanses us. It's the fire that clears and burns all that shit So I say, that's good. You see, now we have passion. This is why we're doing this. This is our passion, you know. Awakening, discovering, transmuting, alchemizing. I mean, it's a wondrous journey for all that we are suffering, for all the fucking awakening and awareness of, oh my fucking God, we're in the shit here. But it is, I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way, and I'm sure none of you would either, you know. Because it's discovering that we are precious beyond words, and that we really do contribute to the great work here every day, just by being in this world, just by being real, you know, just by utilizing our IQ, our true intelligence, our true compassion, our true self. We shine it out. We're like beacons, you know, like a fucking lighthouse, each and every one of us. And we are full of intensity and full of passion. You know, we're full of rage, and we're full of fear, and we're full of love, and we're full of and all of that is good. I love that. I love that intensity, right? Art, artistic endeavors, music. Wow, there's some really beautiful, good music that feeds the soul, you know. Yeah. You know, eating good, clean food which has been just beautifully prepared with love. There are times where you think, oh, fuck me. Can I actually be bothered to pick up a fork, scoop up that food, put it in my mouth and chew it and swallow it and shit it out again? Can I really be asked? Yeah, there are many days like that, you know. But there are other days where you eat some really wonderful food and it's like, wow, this is gorgeous, you know. I mean, I had some pancakes yesterday and they were just fucking gorgeous. The cats had some too. They'll just eat anything, my cats, man, I swear to God. So, the ups and the downs, going into the unknown. It's a bumpy road, people, isn't it? It's a bumpy road, but it's a fucking road worth travelling. It is the only true road there is. Being authentic is offering up a gift to the other ones out there, the other souls that are thirsting for love and truth and well-being. You know, it's a gift we give to ourselves, but it's also a gift that we give to others. And I get so many fucking good comments. Yesterday I got a comment from a beautiful woman in Tennessee, Anne, that just blew me away, man. You know, I thank you for that comment, Anne. You know, it deeply touched me because it was so apt. And it was total synchronicity, and it really helped me, because we all get a bit confused and a bit foggy, you know, because the programming, it's still, you know, and it was like, poof, yes, you are on the right path, and it was brilliant, and I thank you for it. Now, seeing as you have such a great voice and such a great insight, you should be doing your own YouTube videos, man, you know. We should, in as far as we can, set up YouTube channels. They don't have to be glossy and well presented, you know, with beautiful intros or any of that. We don't need that shit, man, because that ain't real. Then again, if you want to make it look like that, if that feels right, go for it. I can't be bothered, you know, but I just do this and that's it. But we can and we should do YouTube videos, because it's a great way of spreading the truth, such as it is, right? It's a great way of inspiring, of having communion, and of shining the light. I mean, all these people that sent me these amazing comments, man, you could have your own YouTube channel and you could share of yourself, I know it can be scary. When I started, did my first YouTube videos, I felt a bit like Pinocchio, It was a bit like, whoa. But now I'm perfectly comfortable with it, and I kind of just feel like I'm sitting down with a couple of friends and having a ciggy and a cuppa, and having a chat. That's how it feels to me, anyway. You have a voice. We have a voice. We have passion. We are very, very, very alive. We are fizzy. So, if you can, set up your own YouTube channel. Let me know about it. And I will advertise it on my own channel. I will tell people about it, Because I believe in a great work with all my being. And it is at least something that we can do. So, yes, keep tuning into yourselves, Keep tuning into yourselves, keep loving yourselves, keep sharing your realness, your rawness. And always remember, people, if you get a negative reaction from whatever, whoever, take it as a fucking compliment, Just do. Because it just means you're special, And that is what it's all about, that we are in this world, but we are not of it. We came here to do a job, and we're doing it, We're doing it by being real, by being us, by doing the work, going through the inner nocturnal cycles of purging and facing the demons and having the insights and awakening more and seeing it more and sharing that, by making our voices heard, by sharing from our hearts. It's an offering, people, and it is powerful fucking stuff, and it makes a fucking difference. I know it does. Alright? So all my love to you. Have a fucking interesting weekend, and I'll see you again soon.